Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I know so many of you over on TikTok have been blowing up the comments asking for this, so today we're finally doing some customer reviews analysis for it. But before we dive into that, be sure to check out this exclusive discount available for it. You'll find it in the description and in the first comment under this video. Now let's not waste any more time and jump right into the details.
Let's start with our first reviewer's experience.
This reviewer found this network-attached storage device to be a really dependable and efficient way to handle their digital life. Our reviewer was looking for a simple, reliable solution for centralizing files and making them easily accessible, and this unit really delivered on that front. One of the first things this client appreciated was how user-friendly it is. Getting it on the network and running wasn't a major headache, which is a big plus for anyone who isn't a tech expert. The web interface for managing everything is straightforward, although our reviewer does note that taking a little time to configure some of the settings is key to getting the best performance out of it. Once set up, it just works. When it comes to performance, this storage device is no slouch. It has more than enough space for a massive collection of documents, photos, and media. A reviewer found that it handles day-to-day tasks smoothly, whether it's streaming movies to another device or backing up large files, all without any noticeable lag. The build quality also inspires confidence. It feels solid and runs quietly, which gives real peace of mind that your important data is safe. The versatility is another strong point. With ports for connecting other peripherals and a fast network connection, it integrates well into an existing setup. The ability to access files remotely is a game changer, making it easy to grab what you need from anywhere. Overall, this client is extremely satisfied, viewing this network storage as a significant upgrade from a basic external hard drive. For anyone looking for a robust, centralized, and accessible way to manage their files, it's a fantastic choice.
Let's start by delving into the insights shared by our first reviewer.
This reviewer came to this NAS drive after researching home usage options and finding that many seemed slow or unreliable. After settling on this particular network storage device, our reviewer found the initial physical setup to be straightforward, involving little more than plugging it into an Ethernet port on their modern Wi-Fi 6 system. The software side, however, proved to be a bit more of a journey. Following the quick start guide led to a software download page on an international server. The firmware update process was particularly strange. A first attempt took a frustrating 30 minutes only to fail, while a second try completed successfully in about a minute. Once up and running, this client noted that the desktop application is quite minimalistic, serving mainly as a shortcut to the device's own web interface, which is where most configuration happens. While the web portal is comprehensive, some of the options were initially cryptic and lacked detailed guidance, requiring a bit of guesswork to get things like protected user folders set up correctly. When it came to performance, the results were a mixed bag. The internal 7200 revolutions per minute hard drive is capable of good speeds, and our reviewer saw respectable transfers of around 80 MBs when moving a large file from a Windows 11 desktop. However, a different benchmark on a Mac Mini yielded a more disappointing 30 MBs for both reading and writing, though it was noted this wasn't a direct comparison. Overall, once configured, the unit is easy to use. The biggest downside discovered was the fan noise, which was described as fairly noticeable and easily heard from across a quiet room, a significant consideration for anyone planning to keep it in a living or working space.
Awesome. Let's hear what our next reviewer has to share about their experience.
This reviewer was pleasantly surprised by how easy this network storage device was to set up. Honestly, the quick start guide was almost unnecessary because the process was so straightforward. Our reviewer had it connected to the network, powered on, software installed on their PC, and fully operational within about 5 minutes. Setting up folders and configuring things took maybe another 10 minutes, and even setting up the DLNA server for their Roku TV, something they were completely unfamiliar with, was up and running in 15 minutes. So far, this client reports that the device has been performing flawlessly, although they're keeping an eye on its long-term reliability. One of the biggest pros mentioned was the incredibly easy and simple web interface. They've already got it working seamlessly across multiple computers and their Roku via DLNA. A surprisingly positive point was the short and simple end-user license agreement, unlike some other companies' versions that seemed overly intrusive. The inclusion of a USB connection for an external drive was also seen as a major plus. On the downside, this device might be lacking some of the extra utilities offered by other brands. However, since our reviewer only needed basic functionality, this wasn't really an issue. The only real concern was the data transfer speeds, which averaged around 17 MBs from a single computer and 24 MBs when copying from two simultaneously. The reviewer isn't sure how much of that is attributable to the device itself versus the drives they were copying from, but it did strike them as a little on the slow side.
That's it for today's review. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment below and let's chat. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.